There we go. YouTube, why does it take 11 seconds to connect? Oops, forgot something. Let's see. How can I do this? Oh, I'll just have to put the thumbnail on later. I knew I was forgetting something. I forgot to put the thumbnail in, but that's okay. We can watch anyway. Let me just set up the screen here. It's a little early today, too, but lots to do later. People are like, it's a Friday afternoon. It's a holiday weekend. Let me just get this typed in. Yeah, I may come and do a show later tonight after the game, which I was 24 hours early for yesterday when I stopped my broadcast to go to the game. That wasn't until today. Hey, Jewel. Let me just set up the chat a little bit. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. I just learned how to pin a comment to my own chat yesterday. Can you believe how lame I am that I just learned that yesterday, how to do that in the live? Hey, Mary Fish. Hey, Rita Close. Let's see. Just typing this into the chat, and then I'm going to pin it. I still got to figure out how to word this so it doesn't sound like, begging or something. There, I pinned the message to the chat. Thank you, Mary. Yeah, it happened at 3:08 in the morning. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I may come and do like a late night chat tonight. I just am waiting for several deliveries right now, like groceries, and I don't want to have to be putting them away while I'm talking to you guys live. And it took 6 hours to do 2 loads of laundry last night because of the backup. So I still need to, start some more and finish that. And waiting for the postman to come pick up a package. So I was like, let's just go on early. And if nobody shows up, we can always just come back on the air later tonight. I know a lot of people are probably traveling today for the holidays, but hey, 19 people here. I'm April Davis, PI, and the date is Friday, May 22nd, 2026. And I can't believe that I'm going to say this because when I started yesterday's show, I had, let me check, look around this big new tripod I have here, sent by a viewer. Thank you. Yesterday when I started my show, I had 2,937 subscribers. And I started the show yesterday afternoon, maybe around 3. So 2,937. I don't remember where I was at in the morning, but by 3 a.m., I had hit 3,000. Like, what? Like, how did I go from 2,937 to 3,000 in like a 12-hour time span? But it was just mind blowing. Oh, hey, Sue Brock Schmidt. How are you, my friend? I'm like blown away. I am totally blown away because it took me forever to get to 1,000. It took forever and a day to get to 2,000 and get remonetized. And that just happened March 25th. As far as the remonetization, I got my first check yesterday. And after that check came, it was like YouTube boosted something. Or maybe I just put out a really good video. I mean, it was just as the same as all my other live stream videos on Nancy Guthrie. But for some reason, that one just started to take off. And the subscriber count just kept going ding, 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 ding. And my goal was to hit it before June 1st. I didn't think I'd hit it May 22nd. So, wow. I'm like, thank you, everybody that's watching. Thank you, everybody that's subscribed. Thank you, everybody that smashes that like button and double taps the screen and sends the hearts and the smiley faces out during the live chats. All the people that are watching the replays, the people that have sent the super chats, the jewels, like people that have contributed, privately, or they have gone to the YouTube, Amazon wish list. Hey, Christopher, he sent a star. Thank you, Christopher, my friend. Where are you coming in from? Thank you so much. Oh, times three. Sent a star times three. Okay. Wow. That's cool. I've never seen that happen before where it was a times three. So I did a little announcement on my community post. Oh, Arizona. Do you happen to live near Miss Nancy by any chance? I've met quite a few people on here from the Tucson area. Where in Arizona? I'm in Los Angeles, California. And I'm using the Hollywood sign as a back screen, but if you just go over the hill from that sign and a little bit to the west, that's where I'm broadcasting from right now. That's very close to me by the crow's flight. So, yeah, I'm just behind the Hollywood Hills on the San Fernando Valley side, still drinking a morning coffee, decaf, of course. Wow, 27 people. 27 people in here, only 9 thumbs up. Do me a favor. It's my 3000K celebration today. And yesterday's video, for some reason, yesterday, things just blew up. And that video already has like at least 94 comments and, all pertaining to what I talked about yesterday with the Nancy Guthrie case. Um, Thank you, Mary Fish, for the thumbs up. Um, Most of them are always positive, most of the time. But there are a few negative Nellies. There are a few weirdos that come in, and there are always people that are frustrated that I can't say suspects' names. Hey, thank you for the flow state from Country Roads with Michelle. Welcome in. Yeah, that comes up really big on my screen. I don't know if you guys can see it on your screen. You might just be able to see the text. Can you see the actual jewel icon that pops up on the screen? Let me know. Let me look over at the. Okay, I've got YouTube behind me, but I also wanted to show you this video or tell you about this video from yesterday. People went crazy. Um, most of it's positive. But sometimes, and I get a lot of these comments in the middle of the night because I know people are in different time zones. I mean, yesterday I had comments coming in like 24 hours a day, and some of it I just have to crack up. It actually helped me get through my excruciating, 5 or 6 hours of two small loads of laundry while I was waiting for people to come in and out of that laundry room. Um, it's so funny. People get so mad because, "Oh, you made this video, but you didn't read the letter. You didn't say who your suspects are." And, people think that I have only 2 suspects. Who are the 2? Well, I don't know how many there are. I'm not working the case. I'm just reporting on the case. And remember, everybody here, um, we see the jewel icon on about half the screen. Yeah, me too. Okay, so you're seeing the same thing. Okay. Usually it goes real small up at the top of my chat on my screen, like kind of where my face is. But that one that just came flow state, it it covered like the whole bottom of the screen. So I couldn't even see that it was Michelle that sent that at first until it finally like, you know, closed. Uh, so people came in, and like I said, there's always a few knuckleheads that are like, or people that just don't understand how YouTube or works, and they're like, "How come I can't see the chat?" or "How come I can't see the comments?" And I'm so mad, and I want to watch it with the comments, and and it's just like, people calm down. When I do a live stream and then I go off the air, You can watch the video immediately, but it'll take YouTube 24 to 48 hours to process the chat. And that does drive me crazy because until they process it, there's no like super thanks button on the replays until it processes. Now, a live video or no, a pre-recorded video that's just on the video tab, you'll see the comments right away. But on one of these lives, you'll have to wait a day or two before YouTube processes it, and that's just the way it is. So people are like really mad, like I can't see the chat, like oh my god, um, or you didn't say who your suspects are, or you're just being a tease, and I'm leaving, and then 3 comments later, there they are again, like oh, I thought you left, it's getting funny, but today I'm just here to talk about the celebration. I almost said birthday, but no, the 3000K celebration, which is, for a YouTube channel, that's extremely small. But for me, it means the world to me. Yeah. But let me just, even though this isn't about Nancy, let's go over some of this because some of this, is so funny. You'll just fall off your chair. Um, Leslie says, hope they will be arrested. I hope so too, Leslie, if you're watching this. Maybe you'll see it on the replay. Rosemary, thank you, April, for all you do. Today's my first time watching your channel. Try to get enough rest if you can. Well, I got to move this. It's a long message. It's reparative. You wrote a letter, so let's just. Oh, it's so long. Can't even. I'm going to have to move my camera. You wrote the letter, so let's just go. It's out of your hands now. Let the FBI do their thing, and with God's help, it'll be solved sooner, hopefully, than later. Take care of yourself. Love to your animals. Well, thank you, Rosemary. Someone was having a problem yesterday in the chat saying their chat was gray, and Anne says my chats isn't gray. That's her exact words. My chats. Maxi Doodle, you have quickly become one of my go-to channels on the case. I appreciate your no drama, professional approach. Well, thank you so much, Maxi Doodle. I hope you come in and can catch a live sometime. But I do appreciate the rewatches or the replays. SKH dash LX7IJ. Ah, I wish you would tell us who you think it is. Well, you have to realize the legal implications. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. I am not working the case. I am part of the public just like you. I have this much access to the information and, but I do have the 42 years experience as a private investigator. I am licensed. I am the real deal and I do have a very good idea about what's going on at this point. But, I can't get on a live YouTube channel and accuse people of kidnapping and murder. So, yeah, we can always talk about it in the future after arrests or after convictions. So, everybody just be patient and let the FBI do their job. Christopher, thank you for sending the star. I must have missed it while I was looking at the screen. I'm sorry, Christopher, but I got it. Let's see. Oh, that was from before. Okay. Yeah, my chat's not moving for some reason. Are you guys still here? Can somebody type something in the chat? I thought that was a new person. No, I'd already thanked you, Christopher, but I'm thanking you again. And I thank Michelle. Jules says she sees okay, so you guys are still here. So that was pretty funny. Oh, I wish you would tell us who you think it is. But she wasn't mad about it. Now, this is kind of funny. This Terry Croom 8095 says he, I don't know who he is, lives in Joran, Joran. I think she's referring to Jordan. Interesting. Martha Hill, haven't seen her before. She sends a red heart. Thank you, Martha. Stacy 2937, she says she's on the replay crew. I'm in a neighboring county from Pima and we don't have logs in the Arizona desert. She's mad about it, I think. No, actually, she didn't put an exclamation point. I think that's a reference to what Jay was talking about yesterday. I don't see her in the chat today, but if you're watching this, Jay, on the replay, someone is saying that we don't have logs in the Arizona desert. But you know what? If if Jay says that there's a log there in several YouTubers' videos in the desert, then I believe that there's a log in the desert. So don't know how to explain it. Maybe that's why it looks so unusual because, I said yesterday I didn't know they had trees in the Arizona desert. Uh, Kirsty McFasting. Oh, Sue Brock-Schmidt. One of my biggest supporters, everybody. Let me change screens here so I can just go over and give you a heart. Everybody, put a thumbs up for Sue. She's a big channel supporter. Here we are. Kirsty, she's new. Hi there to your channel. Good to see an actual PI on the case. Well, I'm reporting the case, but I'm not working the case. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sue. Now this one has got to be, and I want you guys to enjoy. This is a very sad case that when I come in here and talk about Nancy, today's more of a 3K celebration kind of day. There's not a lot of news coming out right now. Remember, it is a holiday weekend, but this has got to be the most insane comment that I have ever read. And everybody is entitled to their opinion. Mrs. HP2392, and I'm going to call you out since you did publicly comment here. It's not a guy, it's Savannah behind the mask. It's been proven already. We know. Okay. Crazy. I should do another video later tonight and just put like a Nancy Guthrie like title and thumbnail so people that are interested in true crime and Nancy Guthrie can come and hear this. It's not a guy, it's Savannah. No and no and no. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Will. Welcome in. Julie Lockyer says, I know you can't say anything, but when this is all out in the open, why you think she was taken? Love your channel from way down here in Australia. I have quite a few viewers now in Australia. So, hello, Julie, down under. Thank you for your comment and your channel support. Hey, Kermudge. Hey, April, we're driving, can't talk. Love you, Kermudge. Love you, Sarah. Yeah, now this guy, he's a professional YouTuber. He probably has like 60,000 subscribers, maybe more by now. I haven't checked lately. But I'm happy, Kermudge, about my little 3K. Thank you for coming in, my friend. I hope you and Sarah are well. Somebody who's in here right now, Country Roads with Michelle. She says replay and sends a red heart and a smiley face. That means the world to me, Michelle. Kathleen J. I have not seen her before, but we have so many Kathys, Catherines, and Kathleen's. And she says, hello, I recently found your channel. There's a ring of truth when I hear you talk about your suspicions. I got to move the screen over so I can actually see these. This is the most hope and optimism that I have felt since Nancy was kidnapped. Yeah, I felt some optimism too yesterday. Maybe that showed on my video. Now, here's a regular person I know through the gold and silver community, Donna McCoy. She says, watch. She usually catches us on the replay. Thank you, Donna. Now, okay, here's the humor again. Like I said, I'm going to have to do another video that's specifically about Nancy where we talk about this because people are going to laugh. Betty Beeson, who I have never seen before, says, no thumbs IP. I think it was a typo. She means no thumbs up because you are not really telling us anything. Waste of time. And I thought, you know what? I bet everything I own, all my subscribers, I'll bet that Betty will come back. And guess what? The very next comment, here comes Betty Beeson. Talking way too long to get to substance. I hope you are right about who you think it is. If you get the million, will you share? Yeah. Mama, Simona the Emporous Cat. Welcome in. New to your channel. Appreciate your knowledge and expertise as a PI. Enjoy listening to your videos. I'm not, not mama. Wait a minute. Mom. Okay, I got it. Let me just let my brain process here. Sometimes I can get dyslexic during a live. Mom of Simona, the Empress cat. And I see a gorgeous cat that looks kind of like my old Tom cat. Oh my gosh. I need to see a bigger picture of your kitty. Thank you so much. Let me switch screens here so I can go give that a big thank you. Everybody, give a Mom of Simona a thumbs up. This is awesome, people. Not necessary, but awesome. Uh, so, Betty says, you are not really telling us anything, waste of time. But then she comes right back and fires again in a separate comment, taking way too long to get to substance. Okay, well, watch. I counted it last night. Now I can't remember. Oh God, I did an exact count. I think I have like 120 some videos or more on Nancy. Yeah, because I have mostly lives, but I've got a few shorts. I've got a few short highlights on her, and then I had that suspect video, which, by the way, if you haven't seen that suspect video, go watch it. It's under the video tab. Uh, this is a new person moving up. Greetings. Thank you for everything. Blessings. Well, thank you, moving up. Uh, here's another person that I've seen quite a few comments from in the last day or two. Lazy Daz 567. You have all the information but not sharing it? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Oh my gosh. So funny. Rachel 3078. Now this is interesting. This is very interesting. You guys can read into it how you want to read into it if you're following the Nancy Guthrie case. She says the not local, not meaning the local, but the not local, has a child in Tucson. He'll be back, and when he least expects it. Dot 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 dot. You guys can finish the sentence. Same person again, Rachel 3078 on replay. I subbed just now. So glad they monetized you. Congrats and good luck. Your channel is interesting, well managed, and pleasant. I think it is inevitable that it will grow big. Well, I hope it grows, although I don't think it'll ever be big. I'm not like, curmudgeon Alaska who's driving and listening to us right now. If you want to see big, go subscribe to Curmudge. Now, the same person again, Spirit Box said Nancy's remains are in the wash off of Harrison Street and Golf Links Road going towards Earlington. She also mentioned there is a water treatment facility there, and many believe she was in water. She also mentioned a Honda Odyssey. That's interesting. I know it's not related, but, Annie and Tommaso own a 2015 Honda Pilot. Damn, she's been coming lately. People with info about this case, please contact the FBI only. Do not contact Pima County Sheriff's Office. Now, this is her words, not mine. Sheriff has been compromised as well as some of his lead deputies. They cannot be trusted, especially they cannot be trusted with the evidence or following up with tips. My opinion, meaning Tam's opinion. Thank you for your comment, Tam. Here's another new one. Now we can add her to the list of Sandy's, Sandra's, and Sandra's. Heck, we might just throw her in with the Susans and the Sues and the Suzannes. So you can't tell us nothing. Now we wonder forever. Oh my. Hey, this video got me to 3,000. So, yeah. We're throwing a party here. Now she comments again. Hello, April. I am new here. So, what does that mean? So, okay, but thank you for being new here. I hope you come back and watch all of the videos on this so you can understand what's happening and why. Verta Denali, I commend you on your continuance and hard work. Thank you, Verta. Appreciate you. She's been new the last few weeks, I think, too. Sherry Forsberg, what do you think the motive was? I haven't had time to respond to that comment yet because they don't come in order. I don't always see them like bang, 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 like I'm reading them now. But, revenge her money. I've said that from day one. Either the Savannah factor or the 92% that it's somebody close to her. Berta again says, how about mine? I don't know what you're talking about. How about mine? Berta then says, I believe close by her home and the family is involved, period. I get that a lot, actually. Here's a new one just popped up. I didn't see this before. Truthful info is powerful. Okay. Truthful info is powerful. And she says, well, it could be a man or a woman. Wow, I didn't realize this was an angry, miserable, and arrogant Karen's channel. Oh gosh, how wrong are you? I think my viewers would tend to disagree with you. Berta, there are people who in videos shown have seen Annie and Tommy at different times drive up and take things out of her garage and leave. That's true. I've seen those too. And they're in cardboard boxes. So we don't know what is being removed from Nancy's house. Now, remember, this video is about my 3000K celebration, but a lot of you who are in here right now are also watching me for Nancy. So, I've wondered the same thing. What were in those boxes? If anybody's got x-ray vision, let me know. Acer8405. Why do you think she was taken? Same reason, as I said before from the very beginning. Revenge or money. A and T means Annie and Tommaso, or involve space TO. Okay. It could be somebody English second language, or there's just some typos, or Joanne, or no, Joan. Sorry, Joan. Top-notch detective. No, Facebook can't solve this, but you can. I would like to. Then I can, share the reward, right? I say high five to you on being on the top, but in some do not. Okay. Uh, Same person, Berta. Me the first few days on it, and I'm sorry for whatever I said, but I'm going to stick with my gut feelings on the idea of who I said I believe to be the suspects. Well, Bert, I get thousands of comments, so I don't remember who you said you believe to be the suspects. Jenny Day. Oh, thank you for the smiley faces and the hearts. Everybody, give me a thumbs up. Give me a subscribe if you're not subscribed, because we're not going to end this thing at 3,000. We're going to keep going. Jeannie says that's what I'm thinking. Also, April, ducks in a row. I'm thinking maybe after the weekend there will be arrest. Don't you think so? I doubt it would come that fast, but I would sure hope so. I'm thinking someone is talking just from some of the things on the internet. There is fire with smoke. Some of it is crap. Yeah, most of it is crap. But there could be truth with some of it. Stories don't make themselves. So many red flags. Yeah, there are a lot of red flags, aren't there, Jeannie? If you're watching this on the replay. Joan, too much blah blah. My lord, get back to the letter. Makes me want to leave. And she's already commented again. This Joan, top-notch detective. No, Facebook can't solve, but you can. And now, 4 comments later, and they don't show in the order that they come up originally on the video. So that's just too funny. Now it's too much blah, blah, blah. My lord, get back to the letter makes me want to leave. Well, I'm sure I'll see you again, Joan. Thank you for the red hearts, Patricia. Joe Wells, thanks for all your hard work with the Guthrie case, or on the Guthrie case, April. You're welcome, Joe. Kathy Doherty says hello. She's one of my usuals. She's usually in the live, but I'm a little early today. Maggie says, hello, April. Watching the replay after another long Disney day at Epcot. So hot here in Florida, hoping you're well. Maggie, I've been getting a lot of your messages, and she's on a very nice trip, I think with her daughter this week in Orlando. But yet she's still been watching my videos every single day, even though she's on vacation. So thank you, Maggie. One of our big supporters here, Sassy Granny 8, says, hi, April. Hello, Sassy. I'm sure you'll be watching this later. I am a little early. Like I said, after, more possible laundry, some of my grocery deliveries, uh, feeding, getting, hydrated myself here, seeing a ball game that was supposed to be yesterday, but it's today. I will maybe go on later tonight and have a nice late night chat with you guys. And then we can talk about, Nancy or anything. Leanne, she's a big channel supporter. She says, wow. And now this is a new person. I've not seen her before. Swogirl85. She goes, okay, it's not live. Well, it was live when I recorded it live, but I don't know if it's live when you're watching it. Um, you can always watch it on the replay. Um, Leanne again says, hello, watching late. Swogirl, who's like, it's not live. She goes, you are really not adding any value if all you say is, I can't tell you. And it's hard to understand, like, what someone's thinking just from a text. But one of my big supporters here, Cali Girl on Fire, I just love you. She says, if you watch all of her videos, you can see it does have value. Watch her suspect video and put two and two together, perhaps, question mark. Let's find Nancy. Uh, and then Cali Girl, Swole Girl responds to Cali Girl on Fire. Okay, I did, and walked away with no one preferred. Then a new person, Christy, comes in. Can't ever catch you live, but watch most nights. You are smart about what you post and true experience. Thank you. Well, thank you, Christy, for coming in. Now Swirl Girl again. Boy, she's very vocal here in this comment of this last video from yesterday. Someone could be watching. You mean watching my videos, or watching me, or watching Nancy, or a suspect could be watching us, all chatting. They could even be chatting with us for all we know. Swirl Girl then says, who do you think? Well, if you've been watching the videos, you'll understand, Swirl Girl, from a legal standpoint, why I can't say that. Read it close. Replay. Swirl Girl, can't see the comments. I explained it in every video. I'll explain it again. The chat doesn't upload till 24 to 48 hours after it goes off the air because it's a YouTube issue. I can't control that. And it goes on and on and on. But yeah. Okay. My chat got jammed. Half hawk, half man. Hey, is that retired LA detective lady? Yes, it is. Can you please share a funny detective story from the 80s? A funny detective story from the 80s is that when I started in the 80s, I looked like I was about 12 years old. uh, I was slightly older than 12. Mary Fish, I know my life keeps going. My page keeps going in and out. My phone is acting up today. Sorry, Mary. You might want to go out and come back in. Half Hawk Man says, hey guys, 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie disappeared from her Arizona home in February 2026. Investigators suspect abduction, but no suspect has been charged. Yeah, Half Hawk Man, if you've seen my recent video about me having a conversation with a retired FBI agent, when I asked him about, do you think it was really like a kidnapping versus, something else? And he said, well, it is a kidnapping because, she was removed from her home. Now, whether it was a kidnapping for ransom or, something else, we don't know that yet. But, because she was removed from the house, supposedly against her will, it is a kidnapping. Sue Brock Smith said, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord something you. Okay. Oh my God. Brian Monfrey. Hello. Oh, here's our friend from Turkey. Turgut. Hello, how are you? I'm good. I got my 3,000 subs last night. Yeah. Now I'm going to take that video down so I can actually see my screen. Uh, let's catch up on the desktop. Yeah. If I missed anybody, I apologize. But it's so funny. Like when I first read these comments, sometimes I have tears of laughter. I mean, I can laugh so hard that I can make myself cry. Istanbul. Wow. Awesome, man. What time is it in Istanbul? What day is it? Probably the 23rd, I would guess. Welcome in, Istanbul or Istanbul. Can I speak? Yeah, I'm just drinking this cold decaf coffee. Yeah, I'm still on a search for the diet ginger beer. Like every store in LA seems to be sold out of it. I need that desperately for my gut. uh, but I am waiting for an order from Amazon and a small grocery order. And hopefully they're not texting me asking me about item replacements because I can't answer them right now. Let's see. Have I caught up? It's telling me the goal ended. How did it end already? Okay. Now we just started a gift goal. So those will be free. Well, at least they should be. Tell it to somebody who cares. Well, that sounds snarky. Time out. But thanks for the engagement. Because the more people that watch, the bigger the algorithm is boosted. My letters are clear. What letters? I haven't received any letters. Let me, or have you explain further, Brian, and then I can respond to that. So where is everybody coming in from today? Yeah, 3,000 subs. I don't know what my next goal should be. Um, Obviously, 4K. But gosh, I would just like to pass that like quickly and just get straight to 5K. Then I'd really have, something going. Um, Gosh, one day if I do get to 5K, we'll look back on these little, 1,000, 2,000, and 3,000 celebrations and we'll laugh, but one is the loneliest number. And that's where well, actually, I started at 0 subs. Don't remember who the first sub was. And then it just, here we are 5 years and 5 months later. Most people would consider that a failure, but I consider it a win. Uh, and thank you everybody for coming in. Hey, can you smash that thumbs up button? Give me a like, double tap your screen, send the hearts, share the videos. Some of my viewers have brought in their spouses or their significant others. If everybody would do that, just one or two more people, we could double or triple our sub count and our views. Uh, I'm doing good, Turgut. I'm celebrating my 3,000K subscribers. It seemed like, YouTube, they're very behind on analytics. It takes several days for them to catch up because there's so many millions of people on here. But I'm going to be interested to see how many subs I got yesterday because the number yesterday seemed to go up quite quickly. And it was just, is it a coincidence that it happened the same day that I got my first check since remonetization? I don't know. Or did it have something to do with, I had a lot of viewers that came into yesterday afternoon's video about my letter to the FBI. Could that have been it? Now I'm up to 3026. Wow. That's a lot considering I just hit the 3,000 like under 12 hours ago. Uh, 23 likes. Yeah, I've got 23 likes. I've got 3,026 subs. Has anybody here heard anything on Nancy Guthrie today? Because I've just been, like, busy doing other things. I do check the news, though, before I come on, and I didn't see anything. But this wasn't titled as a Nancy Guthrie video. In fact, I forgot to put my thumbnail in. I have a thumbnail for this video. I'll have to put it in after I go off the air. Uh, people that have 100 or less subscribers. Me too, Sue. And I love supporting those smaller channels. The bigger channels, they've already made it, and they make enough, you know, funds just from their views. So I really like supporting the small people, especially with the jewels or the super chats, just to give them a little boost. But if they're under 1,000, they're not monetized. Now they do have a smaller one at 500, but that's something that's quite new for YouTube. Brian Ray, you're the second Brian in right now. Hello, April. Hope you're having a good day. I'm having a great day. I hit 3,000 subs at 3 something this morning. So we're just having a little chat here, and maybe we can do a Nancy video later. But I don't expect a lot of news today because it is Friday here in the United States. It's the beginning of a 3-day holiday weekend, but most people already, take Friday off, or they take a half a day, at work or school. And a lot of schools are out already around here. So, um, yeah, it's like considered the first official summer holiday in the US, even though it's not really summer until like third week of June or whatever. But yeah, before you know it, it'll be July 4th, and then they'll be having the Halloween stuff out in the stores. My view, MV, I am enjoying your authentic, nice commentary. I especially like that you remain nice, even when handling the mean-hearted people. Continue to purge them from the nice community comments. Yes, no politics, no religion, no cursing, although I have slipped a few times myself, and I apologize. I have to remember that I'm live on YouTube sometimes. I'm not just I feel like I'm just talking to a group of friends, and then I realize, like, oh, the whole world could be watching, and I gotta be careful here. Uh, I'm not seeing certain people come in. Let me adjust this chat filter on my screen, because I see a comment that says "Hi V Miss," but I'm not seeing "Hi V Miss." I see MVU MV. Am I missing a comment? Or "Hi Miss B." Oh, we have someone named 5 Miss B or something. I was like, "What? Did she come in?" Okay, I think you meant the comment above yours. Okay. I was like, "Oh, did I miss her?" That's funny. A lot of similar sounding users. I haven't seen the Kellys or the Karens today. The Kellys, the Karens, and the Kathys and the Catherines. It's crazy. Uh, and the Sues, the Susans, and the Suzannes. So if I get mixed up sometimes, you know, it just is what it is. But yeah, I never thought I'd make it this far. And I hope that there's an arrest soon on the Nancy Guthrie case. I mean, we can always talk about other cases, but I just can't let this one go. She's still out there. She needs to be found, and the people involved need to be brought to justice. Uh, oh, no problem, Sue. Survival Empire. Miss Davis, how are you? I'm good today. I should have slept a lot last night after the night before of not sleeping much because I was writing that letter in the middle of the night. But I was up because the subscriber count just kept going up, up, and up, and I hit 3K at 3 a.m. So then I was able to go to sleep like probably around 4. So uh, I'm doing good. I wish I had something more to report today on Nancy, but I really don't, sadly. I'm hoping that the suspects in this case that are actually involved in this, I hope they're starting to feel the heat. That's all I can say. I hope they're feeling the heat. And I hope some of their loved ones will come forward and, you know, drop a dime on them to 1-800 call FBI. Do the right thing, everybody. Let's not let this, this is Memorial Day. This is going to be a hard weekend for Savannah, not knowing, you know, exactly what happened to her mother. Yeah, you know what? You said hi, Miss V, and I was thinking of V Miss because we have a subscriber named V Miss, and I was like, oh, did V Miss come in? But so that was me reading it wrong, Sue, not you. Oh, oh. Well, I don't know what much more to say. Uh, you set a great example. Thank you. People are going to watch this back and go, this is so boring. Like kind of like my birthday video or my 2K subscriber video or hey, I got remonetized video. Not a lot of views, but not doing this for the views. I finally put you know, a green screen that's, you know, my neighborhood instead of Nancy's neighborhood since this is about just all you guys, I want to celebrate with you. I wish I could eat a big giant cake, but I can't. Uh, so now that we made this goal together, all of us together, you're part of it. We got to set the next goal. And you guys got to help me get there. I know the next goal should be 4K, but I'm really thinking 5K. Let's think big here. And let's figure out how to do this. This Nancy case isn't going to go on forever, I don't think. You know, I want it to be solved, and the sooner the better. But we can always talk about other true crime things and whatever you guys want to talk about when that time comes. Hopefully, I can get it back out in the field and do some more videos. Just because I like filming videos and then, editing them and uploading them. But right now, I just got to keep up with these daily lives that you guys want. But I figure today is the beginning of a holiday weekend, and since we're not talking about anything specific, uh, like Nancy or somebody like that, there's probably not going to be a whole lot of people come in. And then I don't want to miss my deliveries, or if the store has to chat and say, "Hey, we don't have that. Will you take this?" I need to be able to answer those kind of things. So, um, how are you doing, Survival Empire? Thank you for all the new people that have recently come in, and the 94 plus people that chatted on the comment section of my video yesterday. And I'm sorry for those that are frustrated that they can't see the chat right away on the replay. That's a YouTube issue. Hey, sassy granny. I hit 3K last night at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was supposed to be sleeping. And I'm listening to Nancy Guthrie videos and kind of like dozing off. And then, like, oh, I got to get up. And then I saw that the numbers just started rising like after midnight. Usually after midnight, it's very, very quiet, the channel. But the numbers just kept going up. And, I can't believe that we were talking about this yesterday. And here it is under 24 hours. And here we are. And thank you for all your support, Sassy Granny 8. Yeah, I just read through some of the comments yesterday that I got on yesterday's video. Quite interesting. Most people were positive, but some people get very frustrated and, that I can't, publicly name people that I believe could be involved. MView MV. Congrats, April. You deserve this success. Well, it's taken 5 years and 5 months. The bigger YouTubers are laughing at me. But, I don't care about however someone else runs their channel, or their success or failures. All I can do is concentrate on this one and enjoy what I'm doing. And hope that the few people that watch me enjoy what I'm doing. And let's not forget what brought this group that's watching me now together is Nancy. Let's not forget Nancy Guthrie. Let's not forget Savannah. Let's not forget the grandkids involved, all of her loved ones. Let's make sure that justice happens for Nancy. I wish if I was a bigger channel and I had more funds coming in, I would love to get like stickers or hats or t-shirts that would say justice for Nancy and have, maybe her picture on the shirt or maybe her and Savannah together on the shirt. Um, and just say like everybody, buy these shirts and let's just even if the money just paid for the shirts or we could donate the money to, a missing persons organization I would love to be able to have the funds to be able to do that, to get some, Justice for Nancy merch out there. Like, I don't know if it was Pima County or who paid for it, but they have the digital billboards from California to Texas. I haven't seen them, but I don't get out much. I don't get out more than a few miles from my house lately, so, I'm not out on, like, the I-10, which here they call the 10. Everything here, you would call it Interstate 405 if you were back east, but here we call it the 405. Every freeway has a "the" in front of it. So I haven't been on the 10 to see the signs that are apparently, between LA and Houston, I hear. Hope the billboards are still up. Um, I wish, like, the family, especially the family in Arizona, would be out passing out flyers instead of being in hiding. Uh, I think there should be an occasional news conference, even though I know they can't discuss the evidence or the suspects that they may be looking into. I do think they have uh, more than one person on their radar at this moment, and they're just waiting for this DNA evidence. So I'm not confident that that's going to be the end all that's going to solve this. I hope I'm wrong. I heard that there's a 70% chance that they'll get a hit. I think it'll be less. My chat keeps moving, but there's no more messages coming in. The shirt could say, "I'm looking for Nancy Guthrie." Yeah, that's a good one. Maybe I should add that hashtag into my videos, but it would take a long time to go back and put that in over 150 times. That would take a long time. That would take hours to redo the hashtags, but maybe I should start a new hashtag for like the future videos. Hashtag justice for Nancy. MView, we can tell you genuinely enjoy what you are doing, and that's the reason we and more people are discovering you. I believe I've watched all of your videos so far. Great conversation, very informative. Well, thank you, MView. Have you watched just the lives on Nancy Guthrie, or have you watched like all the videos on the channel, including the long form content, the shorts, um, the lives that are on other subjects? Because I've got, I think, 560 some videos. Or are you just watching all the videos on Nancy Guthrie? Because I think a lot of you guys are just watching the videos and the replays on Nancy Guthrie. But there's only 500 and some views on the suspect video, which is shocking. Because I mentioned that a lot. Like, go see the suspect video. It's more than a month old, but it still pertains to this case and to the current situation. There's nothing big that's happened since I made that video over a month ago about the suspect list. So if you guys haven't seen it or you haven't seen it lately, go take a second look at that video. But yeah, I wanna start I wish I could start this, you know, nationwide campaign or even worldwide campaign. Hashtag justice for Nancy. I believe I watched all of at least Nancy, but I will go back to double check to watch any I missed. Thank you. That's going to determine the success of the channel or not. Are people watching the videos? I mean, I appreciate the super chats and the jewels and the private donations, the gifts that have been sent through the Amazon wish list. That has, the guy in Israel is holding up my channel on his shoulders by himself. Our friend Saraf, he said he was going to be away for a while, but he'll be back. So I hope you're safe, Saraf. We sure miss you. And reminder to myself, and I'll be sure to like when watching. Yeah, that helps. Any engagement helps, even when I have to take out these yahoos, which is so annoying. Uh, but I guess some people don't have better things to do. But yeah, I lay awake in bed at night. I think about that case, this Nancy case, all the time. And I know I forgot to put my thumbnail in. I do have it made. I knew I was forgetting something when I went on the air. Hey, Rachel, I was just talking about you. Hello from Vancouver Island. Oh my God, Vancouver Island. Brand new member here since replay last night. Love the channel and your positivity. Thanks. Oh, let me go to the main computer screen here and catch up on the chat. Why is it disappearing? There it is. Let me give you a heart. Everybody, welcome Rachel. I was reading some of the comments from last night's video, and most of them were super positive. And then at 3 a.m., I hit 3K. Like, I couldn't believe it. But there were a few knuckleheads on there, including someone that came in who said they thought that it was Savannah, like everybody knows about it. Like, what? That she was front porch guy. Like, she was in New York. If she was at that front porch while she was in New York at the same time, I'd sure love to know how she did that. Oh, then we had so many angry people. Not a lot, but a few. Like, I don't understand why you won't read the letter and you won't say who the suspects are, and this is a waste of time. And then a few comments later, they'd come back in and comment again and again and again. It's just like, oh my God. It was so funny. You guys should read the comments on these videos. Uh, you know, Rachel, since you're new here, you probably don't know. My father, who is deceased, was a naturalized Canadian. He was in the defense industry here in the United States his entire career, and he moved to Canada later in life and worked on a Navy program up in Canada. And then one of my besties, who is no longer with us, you might know who she is if you're Canadian. Depending on your age, you might know who she is. You can go to my other videos and take a look at her. And yeah, my heart is very near and dear to Canada. There's a YouTuber I watch up there that lives on one of the islands that's just to the north of Vancouver Island. Uh, Amanda, I think her name is, and her videos are just fascinating to me. This young woman out on this island, north of Vancouver Island, that's just out in the middle of the ocean. And she's out there, with her dog and just the wolves and the bears. It's amazing. But thank you for coming in. And this is, you know what? This is my first super chat that's Canadian. I've had super chats mostly from the United States. Well, actually, my top contributor is Mr. Saraf from Israel. So I've got Israeli shekels, US dollars. I had one from Great Britain, and it was British sterling pounds. And I had someone sent me 40 rupees from India, which meant so much. And this is my first Canadian donation. So thank you. I'll always remember you for that because you were the first. I get a lot of Canadians that come in. I get a lot of people from the UK and a lot of people from Australia. It seems the top countries are, well, obviously the US, since that's where I'm at, but the UK, Canada, and Australia. Um, are all pretty close behind one another as far as number 2, 3, and 4 of not just these lives regarding Nancy Guthrie, but just my channel in general. We've had people come in from all over the world. In fact, earlier today we had a gentleman in from, well, I think it's a man, could be wrong, from Turkey. If you're still here from Istanbul, let me know if you're a guy or a girl. So thank you for commenting on last night's video or yesterday's video. I really appreciate that. Welcome to my channel. If you're just here for Nancy and you want to catch up on all those videos, I've got videos from February 2nd through yesterday on Nancy. Today, this is kind of a more of a just a little celebration that I hit 3K. It's taken me a long, long, long time to do it, but I have to tell you, from the time I hit 2K to 3K, just went by in a flash. So thank you so much. Yes, okay, thanks for lending us your dad for a while. Yeah, he loved it there. He actually became a citizen. We always say we live on island time here, so everything slows down some, which is nice. I don't know how you can handle your area, but you are brave. Yeah, I live in a big city. LA County is bigger than 40 of the US states. We have 52 states. Well, 50, including Alaska and Hawaii. We have 48 states plus Alaska and Hawaii, but then we have U.S. territories like Puerto Rico, Guam. Then we have Washington, D.C., where I've lived as a child. Washington, D.C. is the District of Columbia, where we have the White House. But yeah, my county that I live in is bigger than the population of 40 U.S. states. And the city, not the county, which is like 4,000 square miles, but just the city I live in is larger than the state of Rhode Island that I was born in. Uh, but my ex-boyfriend had a client who moved to Vancouver Island years ago. I don't know whatever happened to her. He's since been deceased, but she would send us pictures from Vancouver Island, and it was just like, oh my God, that is so beautiful. And then one of the most beautiful friends I ever had was from Vancouver. So you'll have to look her up. She's on my channel. I have a memoriam video to her. But wow, this is awesome. I didn't know when I saw you last night you were Canadian. So that's just awesome. Uh, Texas Diane, welcome in. You're a little late to the party, Miss Diane. Where have you been? We're just talking the channel and the 3,000 sub mark that I hit at 3 a.m. I was surprised because yesterday's video around the same time yesterday afternoon, I was at like 2937, and then it started to soar last night, at least for a channel my size. We will have a look. Thanks. Yeah, check out my playlist. Go to the main channel page, and you'll see the video tab, the shorts tab, the live tab. You'll see the playlist tab. You'll see my community postings. You can see the bio on the main channel page. You can see all my channel links, my email, mailing address. It's all there. But thank you so much. Wow, my very first Canadian super chat. I am just thrilled over that. Robin Simmons, still here. Yeah, I'm still here. Are you just coming in, Robin? Texas Mopar, thanks for coming. This channel was started 5 years and 5 months ago just to document my life since surviving stage 3 cancer, but it kind of swayed more towards a newsy channel, and since February, it's completely kind of turned upside down towards true crime, because I've been talking about 84-year-old missing Nancy Guthrie, who is the mom of Today Show co-host Miss Savannah Guthrie. And this is big. When somebody gets caught for this, and I think they will, it's just going to be a matter of time, and there's a trial, this is going to be as big as the O.J. Simpson trial was here in Los Angeles. I guarantee it. And I feel so heartbroken and teary-eyed for Savannah. If someone had told her as a broadcaster, hey, in the future, there's going to be another OJ trial, because she used to work on court TV. And there's going to be another trial as big, if not bigger, than OJ Simpson, and it's going to involve your family. I mean, she wouldn't have believed it. People like Nancy Grace, Diane Diamond, you know, my lawyer friend Bremner up in Seattle, people like Ashley Banfield, like none of these people would have believed that something like this could happen. And especially the Guthries, because I think if they suspected something like this could happen, she would have had more security around the clock and caregivers and a different security system and different cameras and at the very least an alarm and a subscription to her Nest. I mean, and we've all learned something about this because of that Nest. She did not have a subscription, but yet Google, it took about 8 to 10 days. They were able to lift video from just a doorbell cam that didn't have a subscription. So if Nest could do it, then Ring can do it. So for all you people that have a Ring doorbell camera with no subscription, or you just have one of those generic ones from Amazon with no subscription, Big Brother is watching you, because Google was able to get all those images, all those clips, and I hope that they have more than what we, the public, actually knows. Um, went to the lab, doctor, etc. Well, that's not fun. Just walked in, went straight to your channel. Thank you, Texas Diane. Yeah, I came on a little early because I have a grocery delivery that's coming between like 4 and 7 or something, and they may be trying to reach me now going, "Oh, we're shopping your items, so when it gets closer to 4, I need to, like." They could have already shopped them now, they'll be like, "Hey, we don't have this. Do you want this as a sub?" And I can't answer their questions right now because 'cause I'm talking to you guys. Yeah, Sue, I actually worked as a private investigator in Brentwood at the time that that happened. The office that I worked out of, I was mostly in the field, but we did have an office. Originally, it was in Santa Monica, but we very quickly moved over to um, the far corner of Brentwood, where Brentwood, the Palisades, and Santa Monica all came to a point together because that company needed to be closer to their VIP celebrity clients. Um, can I mod, please? No, I don't know you, Elijah, but thank you. Um, so we were on a street called Mandeville Canyon. That house no longer exists. That property is completely demolished. But we were in a house that was built and lived in by a very famous movie star who I think was he from Germany? Uh, Peter Lorre. It was the Peter Lorre estate. That place was haunted as heck. We were one street over from OJ Street, which was Rockingham. One of our clients, who I used to work a lot of gigs for, and I worked on a lot of their TV shows, they lived about 4 houses down at the time. Our mailbox that I helped the company set up was across the street from the Mezzaluna, where Ron Goldman worked. I had seen Nicole Brown Simpson within probably a week or less of her death multiple times, driving around in a Ferrari, a white Ferrari that was owned by OJ that had a vanity plate that was late for a date, and I'd always be looking at the plate rather than looking at the woman in the car because you can only put up to 8 letters on a California vanity plate, but it ended up spelling out late for a date. And now I wish I had paid attention more to the people in the car and the driver than just I was always looking at that plate because there was Goldie Hawn would drive a Ferrari over there. John Tesh would drive a Ferrari. Uh, Nicole Brown Simpson had OJ's Ferrari, and she lived on Bundy. Uh, the Simpson house was literally behind the property where the PI office was. Uh, we went through the whole shebang. It was one of the biggest things that has ever happened here. You are requesting a change to the name on the channel. When can this be changed to April, May, June? Um, You know what? What are you saying? Somebody complained yesterday about my channel name, saying that I should change it. And I remember when I got my PI license before I started my business, a very famous PI took me to lunch at the very famous smokehouse restaurant and said, "You should change your company name before you start your business. And here's why." And you know what? I refuse to do that. And it's a good thing that I decided to use the name that I use instead of, he wanted some generic name because he said, in the future, you'll want to sell your business someday. And I said, no, I don't. I won't want to sell my business. And he said, it'll sell easier. I'm like, sell? I haven't even started it yet. Why would I sell it? And everybody knows me because of April Davis. People aren't going to know like Acme Investigations or, Blue Moon Detective Agency. They're going to know April Davis. Same thing with my YouTube channel. People know me for me. And so, uh, yeah, I'm not changing the channel name. Not happening. Uh, you are famous then. I lived in Arizona at the time and saw that Judge Ito came to Arizona for dinner. Oh, wow. I liked him. He wasn't the problem with that case. The prosecutors tried it in the wrong jurisdiction. Should have been tried over at the Santa Monica Superior Courthouse, not in LA. The jury themselves, predominantly African American, believed that he was guilty, but they let him go because of the Rodney King situation. They were like, we got to let somebody go here. But most of them knew he was guilty. I'm not saying that he's guilty because he wasn't convicted. He was only convicted in a civil trial as being guilty. And then he was guilty of robbery in Las Vegas, but he was innocent per the jury in Los Angeles, California, for the deaths of Ron Goldman and Nicole Brown Simpson. Sue Brock says she likes the channel name. Well, thank you. Oh, yeah, I was in Brentwood for the O.J. Simpson thing, and I was, I've been in Studio City most of my life, uh, at least most of my adult life. I was in Studio City for the Robert Blake situation. I was in Studio City for the drowning, which was ruled accidental, by the way, of the William Shatner wife situation. And that same street, just a few years ago, some famous actor, I think was in Star Trek, not like the old Star Trek, but the new Star Treks, was, well, let's just say he suffered a fatal accident on that same street a few houses down. I was around for that as well. Uh, I was here for the 405 car chase involving OJ and Al Cowlings. I've been here for all the Michael Jackson things that have happened. In fact, a company that I used to work for did a lot of work for the Jacksons. Even my company has done some work for the Jacksons. Yeah, I actually used to live down the street from their estate on Havenhurst. So I've been around for all that too. And I think this case, I'm praying. I am very positive. I'm optimistic that there is going to be an arrest, but that case will be a circus when that happens. If this hasn't already put Tucson on the map, what's happened now will uh, make history when they have a trial. Uh, and I hope whoever has done this is held responsible and they spend the rest of their miserable lives incarcerated. Uh, yeah, we're not really talking about Nancy today, but that's why so many people are here. Like I said, maybe I'll come on later or tomorrow. It just depends on what comes up in the news. I don't expect a lot to break over a holiday weekend on this case. Uh, wow, we've had Turkey come in. We've had Canada come in. Uh, Let me give that a thumbs up. This is amazing. You know what? I still need to research. If anybody knows here and you can tell me this, um, how do we, the viewers, because I'm here, the content creator, but I also am a huge YouTube viewer. Don't watch much TV except for baseball. How can we earn the credits for the free jewels, not the paid jewels, which convert to rubies for the content creator? How do we earn the free jewels? And how do we earn the hype points? Because if you're watching um, on a mobile device, I believe, you can hype the videos up to 7 days. I think the hypes only happen, though, in the United States. Uh, Sue Brock says, I love William Shatner. Then I met him at Comic Con and he was rude. You know, I've heard that. I've never met him. I think he's been to some of the Hollywood shows, but I don't know if he's been to some of the same Hollywood shows that I've been to. Because usually I don't go to things like that, but I have so many friends in the entertainment industry, and one of them, she goes to a lot of the shows, even though I don't know how she has time because she's so busy working all the time. But there's like a group of people um, that come and hang out with her. Some come from out of town, one comes from the Bay Area, one comes from Australia, and we all kind of like hang out as a group with her. Uh, so I've seen like a lot of like some of the big stars there, and they have the line outside around the block. I don't remember if I've actually seen him there, but yeah, I have heard that, Sue. And read about that case involving the wife that drowned in the swimming pool. It was always considered a little bit sus, but nobody was ever charged for it. But it was considered a sus case. The air is still so dry here right now. We're still having the fires. And in Orange County right now, there's some sort of a chemical facility that some kind of dangerous toxic chemical is spewing into the air there. And they don't know how to turn it off because it might blow up or something. It's down near Disneyland. So that's a very toxic situation going into our air right now. It's like I want to just be able to seal off all my vents and seal off my windows and my door. There's always something happening here. There's never a dull moment. I'm sure New York is probably the same way. Lori Ann, welcome in, my dear. One of my friends had William Shatner on a flight. She's a flight attendant. He signed the passenger safety card for her. Oh, nice. Nice to hear that. Sometimes, Sue, people are having a bad day. But if you're at a convention, you really should be friendly because people are coming to see you, to meet you. I enjoy going to the Hollywood show, and I have a friend Stacy who's a well-known actor, and um, I love just hanging out at their table. And there's so many nice people there, like Linda Blair's there a lot, and Barbara Eden. She comes and she's 90 some years old now, and she's still as gorgeous as can be. Such a sweetheart. And Shirley Jones comes. She looks great for her age. I've met Barbara Feldon over there, who played Agent 99 and I'm the Real Thing. And she was more happy to meet me than I was to meet her. Uh, I was over there once when my good friend Terry Garr was there, and we hadn't seen each other in years. And she burst out crying. And that was really tough for me because she was very ill at the time. And she ended up having a very short day there. And a few years later, as everybody knows, she's no longer with us. And she was just one of the most wonderful people I've ever met in the industry. We were Walking Dead fans. We met a lot of stars at Comic Con. They were friendly. It was very expensive. Yeah, those shows are usually expensive. Here, there's parking and there's an entry fee. And like, I only go like when one of my, actor friends is there. I don't go just to go. Oh, I haven't seen The Walking Dead, but I know it's like huge. Yeah, we used to have them right across the street at the Garland Hotel, which was then the Beverly Garland. It was like walking distance from my Brady Bunch neighborhood residences. Then they moved them to Burbank, and then I guess the owner of the show got into a falling out or an argument or something, and they were across from the Bob Hope Airport, which was perfect. Then they moved it down to LAX, and it was a big pain in the butt to drive there and park there. And the parking lot at the West End is too small. And these some of these actors show up in their Rolls Royces and stuff, and they're like, "Hey, where do I park my car? Like, where's the valet?" And it's just, sorry, it's full today. It's always a big pain, but I kind of miss it being here in the neighborhood. I wish it was like back at the Beverly Garland, and then I would just Uber down there in like 2 minutes, not have to worry about the parking and the cost of the lot. Everything in LA is expensive. God forbid it's ever in downtown LA. Nobody would be able to go because the parking is, probably $40 a day. But those are fun. I've never been to a Comic Con. Well, I've been in San Diego on the day of Comic Con, sadly doing a surveillance that started all the way in Sherman Oaks. And the only other person that had the key to my house had just left on a plane to go to Bangkok, Thailand. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Because my animals are home alone and I'm stuck in San Diego. Um, Craziest day ever to end up in San Diego. Oh my God, never again. I'm glad those days are long gone and behind me. Oh, you spent a lot of money on a photo? Yeah, those are very expensive. Barbara Eden, she's there selling those genie bottles and she signs them. And I've never stood in her line or like shook her hand or anything, but she's seen me at several of the shows and she always looks at me like she knows me and gives me a warm smile and I smile back. I don't know, like she kind of looks at me like she recognizes me or something. Everybody loves her. One time I saw Jamie Lee Curtis's dad down there, Tony Curtis, and he was in a wheelchair and he looked like he was near death. It was very sad. My husband writes books that are based off The Walking Dead. Oh, wow. Wish I could write a book. I have no talent for that. That's so cool. Well, I've been on here for 82 minutes. I probably should get off in case the local supermarket is trying to reach me regarding my late afternoon order. I thank you, everybody that came and sent a jewel or uh, sent a super chat. Thank you from our new viewer from Canada who came in, sent me $20 Canadian. That's awesome. Appreciate it. It'll all help. It'll all go to channel expenses that I've had for the last 5 years and 5 months. I don't spend any of these donations on myself. It all goes to the channel. So thank you for coming. If something breaks on Nancy Guthrie, I'd be happy to come back on the air. I don't expect anything to happen over a holiday weekend. I think the cops will all be sitting out, by the lakes or whatever, out there on their jet skis or going to Vegas or whatever they do in Arizona for fun. So, um, gosh, I wish there would be a break in this case. I wish as soon as I get off the air, there would be like breaking news and they would have somebody in custody. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Let's just pray for Nancy. As I said earlier, hashtag justice for Nancy. And keep Savannah in your thoughts as well. But thank you guys. I couldn't have done this 3000K without you. Keep subbing, keep sharing, keep hyping, keep hitting the thumbs up, keep sending those comments. You're welcome, Sue Brock. Thank you, my friend. And I'll see all of you probably sooner than later